Abusefo na die kwan so mema obi bia akwa channel eba channel so hi daily update TV ni die kwan so say no first time aba channel so amesro say utie news ni we na so ni join be subscribe for more updates oba like no share news no so ama ola ve say nya bi eti nyankopon sha no nya okese me pa che utie no say wo comment bi so amesro say comment section e wo dia fa she ho ye be gene akenkan na me pa che audio bi na yes audio bi na yensaka audio bi na yensaka na so ansa na ebekwa akotie sa audio no ebusan yendi nkomo kakra. That was yesterday. Yeah, former vice president, I stand to be corrected, but your vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia pie babonten de ne presidential vision towards the 2024 election come December election or the two jana okay can bebre yeah and ocean vision na vision no was hinged on digitalization. Only the BBI digitalization, the BIA, everything about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the vision digitalization. Yes, according to the digitalization, that is the scientific method in bed BBI. Well, okay, can't say me brain na me pacho ne kasemu no some he made mention of say or prescribe of e-levy, emission taxing the 15%. So far the e-levy, let me make it clear for the purpose of your discussion. You know, my main jet towards the e-levy. Me pacho one or say or prescribe of e-levy. Na simbisa because Minister of Information Kojo upon Akroma APA Babonten when na that e-levy hu komodi die chase bag gidigidi no Kojo upon Akroma APA Babonten beka say Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was an instrumental, yes, according to the Minister of Information, or say na or very instrumental so far no oka ono kura na otimide ono kura no this idea ne buy ono netimi ye bibia sa nyansa ne de buy ya so far na omo kase ye Ghanaians yenji ntum na se yanje ntum a yebekọ IMF ema esla wusunsu pie babonten ebe kasaye yes ono so pie babonten be kasa so far NPP mpenifo pina ebe kasaye ma sa e-levy hu nsensem ya edin chokokra ba parliament when they were trying to pass that bill into law. December e-levy the December pa na omonom ka che say ya ante ase a antua e-levy na yebekọ IMF eno nso no NPP government led by Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia o ma adwen so mo mpese yebekọ IMF o mo kon sa ma se ne yebegitu ma yetua be yetua nyina na still yes how IMF yes akwa IMF se kra mu kra ye den the more nti sisi Bawumia asema wo kase wo pie ba yes asema wo kase wo pie ba wo be scrabble of e-levy and Kojo upon Akroma has made us to know say you were an instrumental to start the proposition of that e-levy. So what are you like what are you people telling us? As I said, you were forced. Yes, because according to Kojo upon Akroma, one can say you were forced or say you were your friends an instrumental. Anyway, and trust me, Pacho San Semia Nama concern Ghanaian, so a Piaba Bonsende in Sembia Betuja. Now, concern Ghanaian and some can say when Bawumia yesterday now or Kasana he made mention of say or Bao scrabble of the 11. Nanere Samira Bawumia, Eddie Massa and a language, I say indirect language. Into a language we so far near kind or an erene say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Boa on scrabble off. Now, no dear. Brandon no uti Bawumia o share video no when Bawumia made mention of say oba scrabble of 11 na camera no koto na yere nanim so no na yere nanim ma some way bia on the understanding onya and na say language na yere pass on to him no na say obwa nti more or less Samira Bawumia catch Bawumia say obwa na 11 obakra on scrabble off we the ye nyina ye concern Ghanaians for wadwene our comment section me pa che audio ne kwakutie yes audio ne kwakutie ne wie ne so na on say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yesterday kasa fanima bebre hu to be specific to be specific and for the purpose of your discussion or so far or take a crack or the health sector with regards to the health with regards to the health sector no ɔka nsɛm bebree na health practitioner bi nso apie aba abɔnten abɛ exposing the lies of kafa za health sector no ho. So the main summary audio yɛnkɔ ti audio no sɛ dɛm aka no wɔ comment bi nso afa hyɛ comment section nyankopɔn nhyira no ɔnyɛ ɔkɛse metase bebree.
12 years. His press conference yesterday was full of lies. There's Truthful Zadika. The fact that I think I've read that, and thank you very much. There's Ajo says even Samira did not believe Bawumia when he said he would scrap e-levy. Check the video. But Wisdom is saying a good morning to us for the good service to our motherland. Kofi Asante Bawumia is better than. He said Bawumia is better than Mahama. Lengicha United says, please, why is Bawumia conditionally bringing shame onto himself? Referencing the digitalization application, is he not aware that a facility has been built to spare that? Is it not the work of Mahama? So why claim ownership? Haman Kakum is joining us. In fact, Ghanaians will be the most, he's very strong, foolish human beings on earth. If they should even vote 30%, give 30% of the votes to Dr. Bawumia. Who the best is joining us? So Sadika again is interested to listen to Dr. Bawumia. He said a growth of 6% in 7 years is better than 2.6% in 3 years. The devil himself seems more honest than Dr. Bawumia. In fact, I recall when he said that I started subtracting 2016 from 2013 and subtracting 2022 from 2017. And I was wondering, how can you do that kind of comparison anyway? Honorable, good morning. Feel well.
I'm doing very well. I'm the shocking presentation of Dr. Bawumia about the health sector today. Trying to reconcile with what we know. Yeah, but I'm fine.
The key issue, of course, when it comes to Dr. Bawumia, his direct contribution, and it was something that he talked about and shared a story about his father's own challenges when he was sent to the Tamale Hospital, and then the challenges with trying to get him blood, among others, that inspired his decision to bring drones into the country to fly blood to some parts of the country. That's his major contribution when it comes to healthcare, where we can see his direct hand in it. He speaks so highly of that. What do you make of that as somebody who have worked in this field for so long? Is it as big a deal as he made it look?
In fact, the issues of introducing good service in the chain, we criticize it because we did some cost analysis. It might do, but the thought of flying blood from one place to the other, flying emergency medicine, we explain that emergency medicines are needed as and when the patient is sick. You don't need to spend 30 minutes to get an emergency medicine, or even 5 minutes. You need it at that moment. And that there are protocols laid down at the various hospitals on how emergency drugs must be stocked. And the Ghana Health Service goes around to inspect hospitals, inspecting emergency drugs, whether they are available at the emergency point or not. They talk of preventing women from dying and sending blood to cheap compounds to save lives. And we told them that cheap compounds do not transfuse blood. Community health nurses do not treat heart failure. What we needed to do was rather to resource all the hospitals well by distributing the resources to them, giving them their money to equip themselves and resource themselves with what they need. As I speak to you today, ask Dr. Bawumia, how many people from Walwale come to Tamale Teaching Hospital for medical care? They are increasing in number, even though he has a drone center sitting there and people are paid. Once in a while, they take a drug to one hospital and paying people heavily. The cost that the money that we spend maintaining those centers is too much for what they do. That is what we criticize. But yesterday, he came to tell us that the opposition cried that he was going to use a drone to snap women pictures when they are bathing. I think that was too below the belt for somebody sitting. Simply because the information is being fed with crap. And one good example that yesterday that made me to believe that he's fed wrongly, he's being given wrong information. Just like our current president was fed wrongly about TBS. And he has to cancel it. Bawumia is being fed wrongly with wrong information. How How does a vice president who wants to be president, who has talked about digitalization in this country, tell us that he has already interconnected 302 hospitals in Ghana by digitizing them, and that a doctor can sit in his hospital and access the folder of a patient from another hospital. This is one of the things that blew my head. And that is going to prevent patients carrying folders from one hospital to another. Let me tell Dr. Bawumia and those advising him and feeding him that per the laws, no patient is allowed to hold his folder out of the hospital, any hospital. Not to talk about holding it from one hospital to another. So it means he's wrongly informed. So if he was going to develop any project or any policy, in the first place, he's got it wrong. He's got it wrong. And to say that you have networked 302 hospitals, all teaching hospitals, all regional hospitals, and all district hospitals have been interconnected. And now doctors can access patients for holders sitting in one hospital and reviewing a folder in another. That one, I beg you, Dr. Bawumia, you have been labeled a liar, and this is one of the biggest lies you have ever told about the health sector. There is nothing like that existed. We only have intra-hospital network. You can access the folder of any patient who has been to any hospital, like Kolebu. If you are at the gynae ward, they can access your folder at the surgical ward if they need it. But you can't access a folder in Samira teaching hospital if you are sitting in Kolebu or if you are sitting in Legon. So I don't know where Dr. Bawumia got this information. And I think that they shouldn't take it for a ride by trying to spew out what is non-existent to accredit himself as a champion of digitalization. If you've done it, we'll applaud for you. But if you haven't done it, please, it is not. Before I left Rich Hospital, we had interest project. Private hospitals have already had introduced electronic medical folders. It is not Bawumia who has introduced it in Ghana. It is not Bawumia. It was already in existence. It's just the government is rolling it out, and we rolled it out in Rich Hospital. And hospitals were rolling it out in Legon Hospital, in Kolebu Teaching Hospital, 37 Hospital. They were being rolled out. It is not Bawumia who has come to introduce it. And to say that you have interconnected all regional hospitals, teaching hospitals, and district hospitals, I beg him, it's a lie. He should call all those who gave him that information to book. Or else they will mislead him the more.
You are saying the suggestion that if you're sitting in your hospital today, you can see the folder of somebody as Kolebu. It's not true.
It's not true. He mentioned it categorically that 302 hospitals have been interconnected. That all regional hospitals, all district hospitals, and all teaching hospitals have been interconnected into one hub that you can access the folders, and patients don't have to move with their folders from these 302 hospitals to one hospital to the other to see a doctor, which is a palpable lie, a very categorical, fast, big lie about Dr. Bawumia. And I bet you can place a call right now. Let your agents go to Kolebu Teaching Hospital and ask them whether they can make a complaint, view a patient's folder in Rich Hospital. They can do it. There must be a policy, and there must be what we call a data protection must come in with some laws to see how you can sit in another hospital and look at another to avoid people's information being leaked.
I love Radio Gold 90.4.
Say people have developed electronic medical records in their hospitals, and you say you have interlinked them like mobile money operability. It is not working in the health sector. That thing is not yet out. You can call the GMA chairman, Ghana Medical Association president, and ask him whether it is true. You can call the CEO of Kolebu and ask him whether what we say is a lie. What I don't want in the health sector, I normally stand against lies in the health sector. Another part lie he told is that they have employed 100,000 workers in the health sector since they came to office. Please, when Mahama was leading, we had 96,000 health workers. They came in 2020 to tell a lie that they had increased it to 1,000 126,000, and we prove them wrong. Let's go to Smith and go to Ghana Health Service and ask them how many workers they have currently. Is he trying to tell us that they have employed, we currently have 200 and something thousand health workers in Ghana? That is not true. His issues about figures in the health sector is not correct. As of now, we don't have up to 140,000 health workers in Ghana. So where are the 100,000 he employed in addition to the 120,000 that they had in 2020? How many of them have retired? And where are the rest of the people? This is what they do, and we think they put in cook figures from post names and pay people money that are non-existent. So Bawumia should give us the breakdown of all the health workers that he has employed in the past 7 years. Let's compare it with what is at Smith. The government is paying health workers at Smith. How many of them are there? Then you see that what he told us is a palpable lie. They have not employed 100,000 workers. Health workers are running, leaving this country. Nurses alone in 1 year, 4,000 something nurses left this country because they don't like the work. So these are the 3 points I think that are going to come again. What I didn't hear him talk about is how they manage COVID-19 and all the money. He kept silent on that. He should have told us that they will not allow any minister again to defraud the country like our minister did. He didn't talk about that corruption. How you pay for vaccines that were non-existent. He didn't talk about that. He's rather talking on things that really do not exist. And I think I wasn't happy about his submissions about the health sector.
Doc, thank you very much.
Pleasure talking to you.